got some more breaking news coming in on this story. And the airstrikes haven't stopped. There are fresh Israeli airstrikes being reported now in southern Lebanon. This is an operation that the Israeli military is calling Northern Arrows. They're continuing to strike Hezbollah targets. The death toll mounts to over 580 in Lebanon. The IDF, that's the Israeli Defense Force, is now targeting Lebanon's capital of Beirut as well. That's the latest that we're getting in right now. I want to bring in India Today's Gaurav Sawant for more on this story. Gaurav, Operation Northern Arrows, this is territory that is not unfamiliar to Israel. Israel has invaded Lebanon twice in the past. It appears that the decks are being cleared for some kind of a larger operation. Possibly you've had Netanyahu appeal to civilians and citizens in Lebanon to find cover as well. What are you hearing?
Shiv, massive airstrikes, massive, almost relentless airstrikes and a dangerous escalation on Israel's northern borders with Lebanon. There have been 1,300 areas that have been targeted. 1,300 is a huge area to target. 1,300 targets acquired is huge. But that's exactly what Israel has done in the past 24 hours, and giving details of every home that is being targeted, including those that have rocket launchers in the basement, or as Israel puts it, whether it's missiles, rocket launchers, rockets in the attic, all of those locations are being targeted and people are being told. So they've intercepted and they've gone through the mobile telephony system, through pagers, through radio, telling people evacuate, leave your house. If you are living anywhere close to any Hezbollah location, any Hezbollah weapon storage area, at least leave, go 1 kilometer away or leave that village altogether and do not return home till we tell you to return home. When people are on their way to Beirut, there are reports that even precision strikes are taking place near Beirut or on the outskirts of Beirut, wherever Hezbollah leaders are. And according to Israel, they've targeted Ali Karaki, one of the main southern area commanders of the Hezbollah. So they're saying Hassan Nasrallah downwards, they've taken out practically the entire leadership of Hezbollah, those who were leading operations, and were planning an October 7 kind of an attack on Israel from the northern side. So they've been taken down. They're calling this a preemptive strike.
Gaurav, October 7th is approaching. That will be the first, the crisis would have been on for 1 year. October 7th will also be seen by many of these groups as a day to remind Israel perhaps of what happened on that date last year. A state of emergency has already been declared in Israel. But could there be a ramp-up of operations as well, across, not just in Lebanon, but also in Gaza and elsewhere?
So, Shiv, the information that we have from the Israeli Defense Forces seems to indicate that they are well and truly in control of the situation around Gaza. They have forces in and around that area, and Hamas no longer poses that potent military threat that it did 1 year ago. And it took almost a year-long operation for Israel to be able to say that. That's point one. Point two, but they're not in a position to say that because, as you well know, Hezbollah is much better armed compared to Hamas. They have longer range weapons. They have larger quantities of weapons, whether it's missiles or rockets, and those rockets and missiles can hit every part of Israel, and Israel hasn't been able to take them out. So their biggest apprehension is on the first anniversary. Before or on the first anniversary of those October 7 attacks, there will be a massive strike, and this time from the Hezbollah-held Lebanese territory. And that is why they've mounted an air operation, they've mounted missile strikes, they have their forces poised to enter. But will ground forces, which is the artillery and armor and mechanized forces and ground forces, will they enter or will it remain an air operation? That remains to be seen, Shiv.
All right, thanks very much, Gaurav, for joining us with the latest on this big unfolding story. It's a story that we're going to continue to track very, very closely on the ground as well. Remember, there are lots of Indians who live both in Israel as well as Lebanon. We'll get you that aspect of the story as well during our coverage in the days ahead.